This is awesome.
Oh, Clark, hey. Good to see you among the living, man. Check it out. It's the latest talent mix.
Thanks, Pete.
Good to see you all among the living. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Talon Mix. It is a Smallville recap podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Zach.
And we watched Smallville together in... I know!
That totally fucked you up. Oh, sorry.
We're going to get it. We're gonna get it, Zach. We watched Smallville together in college, and now we're watching it together again in our 30s. Right. Zach, I'm just throwing in those. You know, I keep wanting to work on this. I got a lot of ums, I got a lot of ahs, and I keep wanting to, and I'm starting strong with them. Ums, ahs, Zach! We got some info on the Smallville gossip desk.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I see you ruffling through some papers over there.
A segment we call Talkin' Talkville.
It's the Smallville podcast within our other Smallville podcast.
That's right, yes. I randomly put on the latest episode of Talkville, the second best listener? Smallville podcast. No. Once in a while, I'll tune in if none of my other podcasts have new episodes available.
Is it smart for us to talk dirty about Talkville a little bit? I don't think this is anything crazy. I think, I don't know if the days of a collab are ever going to come, you know?
Dude, do not burn the bridge between us and Michael Rosenbaum.
No, I'll save it. It's fine. What did you hear on Talkville?
They're doing the episode Velocity, which is the Pete Fast and Furious episode.
Oh, right. Where they kill a man?
Yes, that came up.
Where
they talked a lot about how that is the first time Clark's ever killed someone.
Just the one where Clark and Pete kill a man.
And if you want to listen to the definitive take on that episode, do not listen to Talkville's episode. Listen to our episode.
We might have more fun behind the scenes facts than they do.
Yeah, so the episode starts off with like Pete didn't last super long on the show. How long did he last? And then Welling's like 4 or 5 seasons.
No.
And then the producer of the show looks it up and he's like, no, yeah, just a few more episodes left.
Unbelievable.
And then
unbelievable.
Welling says something to the effect of I'm not going to get into details, but we didn't leave happily, with the producers of the show. It was not on happy terms. And then he hinted at, there was a negotiation with the studio and that they would have given him a few more things. He might have stayed, but they didn't. And he said, well, fuck it. And he left. So
he was effectively laid off, right? And that sucks. That burns. It sucks when okay, so we think this is going to be your job. Oh, we don't need this job.
To me, from what I can parse from what he said throughout the episode, because they kind of hint at it a little more, is it sounds like Sam Jones III wanted more to do.
Of course.
And they were like, nah, we got nothing else for you to do. That would be my guess. Or maybe he was like, if I'm not going to do anything more, you need to give me more money. I don't know. But he wanted something and he wasn't getting it. And I'm sure they were relieved to not have to come up with Pete's storylines anymore.
I don't think one time, and this is nothing against Sam Jones III, but I don't think one time, man, if Pete was here, this story really would have came together, Not one time on this show have we said that.
He exists as Clark's sidekick
and he doesn't even
for
get
Clark to bounce exposition off of, right? And then make a joke.
Right. They'd have to retool the show in order, how the show works, in order for Pete to have gotten in there in a more interesting way. And they clearly weren't interested or willing to do that.
I mean, you said they pitched it to Welling as an ensemble, and maybe the original conception was more of an ensemble. I mean, I think they wanted more Whitney and Sam Jones and Chloe, and then it really becomes the Clark Lex show and Lana, obviously, but.
And it is from the pilot. Just no, only Clark's just immediately. No ensemble. There is, in fact, no ensemble now. Like, it's just Clark. These characters are now pretty established, and I'm still just like, what is even your deal, Chloe? You still aren't doing that much.
No, that's why they didn't need both of them, because she's also there to bounce exposition off, and this is not a knock on Sam Jones, she's phenomenal at exposition.
They're phenomenal at exposition. Absolutely.
She's very good at that.
I still remember thinking like, oh, now Chloe's going to get to move up and there's going to be a lot more for Chloe to do. There's more. Is there a lot more?
I think, I don't know if there's more, but she gets to have more fun because she knows she's his confidant. Right?
That's true.
She finally gets to break out of the like angry, spurned lover who he's lying to and be like confidant who gets to have fun on adventures with him occasionally. That's true.
Anyway, you texted me that. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting that they would bring it up in that way.
Yeah, that's the one. That's one of the compliments I would give that show is that they don't shy away from that kind of stuff, given their real takes on the episodes and things.
Good job, Talkville. All right, 1 point, Talkville.
Yeah, hey, second best Smallville recap podcast out there.
Doesn't matter.
Good job.
Hey,
good job, Talkville.
Good job. You'll get there one day. You'll get there.
I remember when we were on season 3.
Yeah, wow. Oh, we were so young. I feel like I was so young when we did that. I was one child away.
A crazy fucking thing that's going to make you feel older?
Of course.
Today on the episode, Rosenbaum says that John Schneider, when he was on the show, was 10 years younger than Michael Rosenbaum is now.
No.
That's what he said.
Was Schneider in his... How old is Rosenbaum now? 40s? 50s? 40s.
He's
Near
probably
50?
Late 40s would be my guess.
Yeah, like approaching... Michael Rosenbaum is 51 years old.
Okay, yeah, so that checks out. So at the beginning of the show, I bet John Schneider was early 40s.
Son of a bitch.
He's got some city miles on him. He's got some Dukes of Hazzard miles on him.
Wow. How old was John Glover?
This is a great question. Hold on.
John Glover is 79 years old today.
Fuck. 70. Yeah, his math's not wrong. John Schneider's 63, so in the beginning of the show, he was like 41 years old.
Is John Schneider only 63? Wow. Wow, we're going to die someday, Zach.
He's only 12 years older than Michael Rosenbaum. That's wild.
Wow. I was doing some math today, feeling old, thinking about how when my daughter is old enough to watch Star Wars for the first time, it will be as old as the Wizard, or maybe older, no, as old as the Wizard of Oz was when I saw it.
I mean, it's already 40 years old, man.
It's an old fucking movie, dude. It's an old fucking movie. Yeah.
I remember it felt old when I was watching it. I was like, oh, this movie's from so long ago. It really wasn't.
Nope. Not at all. Really not at all. It's, like I said, comparing it to Wizard of Oz, which I remember watching as a kid and always enjoying when I watched it as a kid, but definitely clocked it as like, this is the oldest movie I've ever seen. This is as far back as my cinematic knowledge goes.
You were enjoying it, but also you were humoring your parents a little bit.
A little bit.
Like, yeah, and your kids are going to do the same thing to you, man. That's great.
Yeah, that's
Circle of life.
There was a universe as a younger man where I was like, it's going to be really important how I introduce my child to Star Wars. Like, she's going to give a fuck. Like,
Yeah, I remember like, oh, how am I going to preserve the Darth Vader reveal to her?
Yeah, right.
Or to them. It's like, no, it's over, man.
No,
it's over.
It's over. It's over. If you're still out there, like the shut the fuck up. Move on. Grow up.
I do want to say it's there. I just didn't. I do want to say that it's funny that Smallville, we always give it shit for casting people to play 10 years younger than, but now apparently John Schneider is playing 10 years older.
Yeah, right.
He was on the show.
Right. Good for him.
Because he's not supposed to be 42, I don't think, at the beginning of the show, is he? He's supposed to be a little older than that.
Huh, how about that? That's great. How old was Mama K? Annette O'Toole. Annette Toole's got some years on John. She's got a decade on John Schneider. Wow.
She's in her 70s.
Yeah. She's more age appropriate for Lionel.
Oh. Show's way ahead of you.
Yeah, what do you know?
Show's way ahead of you.
Can I go on one tangent real fast?
Only if it's about Taylor Swift.
Oh, do I have news for you, my friend? Dude, I went and saw the Eras Tour, the Taylor Swift's theatrical release of the concert film of the tour that I think just exploded the world. Exploded the world.
Yeah. Let me ask you something before you get into your story.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of Taylor Swift? I assume you are if you went to the concert movie.
I would put myself as a check yes fan of Taylor Swift. An album comes out, I listen to the album. I don't have the same emotional connection that, say, my wife does, who like loved Taylor Swift at 12.
Sure.
Where like articulated 12-year-old thoughts she was having that she didn't know how to put words to. I just think she writes good pop songs, you know?
And when you say she articulated, you mean like the army of songwriters that...
I think it's primarily her.
Is it?
I think. I believe so.
Wow.
I believe she at least has
shut
credit.
Me right up. Shut me up. I take that back. I'm so sorry, Taylor. I know you're a listener
I don't know
to the show.
I don't know about then. Now she is primary songwriter. But so she's like it was, so we saw it in Plainview, Connecticut, on an IMAX screen. And first off, I had a real thought about like how I would explain this to aliens of like, yes, we've all gathered to watch the goddess perform her musical tones at us. Oh, and this is a live feed? No, recorded. No, we missed it. We're poor. We don't get to go see the goddess. We get to see the image of the goddess projected across America. It's also funny how she has this kind of like hometown girl. Oh, shucks, are you all here for little old me? Like, woman,
yeah,
we all paid $20 to watch a recording of like the show. Like, calm it down. Calm it the fuck down. We all know what's happening here.
Wait, she's doing the aw shucks on stage?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, that's even worse because those people she's talking to there paid a lot more than 20 fucking bucks.
Mostly what I want to talk about in this diversion is the awesome power of the IMAX. If movie theaters scare you away because of the one knock against them that I understand, which is other people. I mean, aside from the good part, there's great parts of other people. Watching a comedy or a horror with other people is like really, really incredible. But man, when you have some asshole on their phone or someone having a full ass conversation, I'm even pretty forgiving of like someone just came back to the bathroom. Here's a quick catch up of what you needed.
Sure.
I am forgiving when it comes to talking in a movie theater, and it's still like, but once you cross that line, you're an asshole and a bad person.
I will give you some leeway, but you're not in your living room. You're not in your living room. Talk throughout the movie. I'm sorry.
You have to stop being in your, and there are truly people who do not understand that, and it's wild. So I gotta say, to the awesome power of the IMAX, which I gotta say, this was a cacophony of sound. There were teens on their feet the whole show. As I'm talking about like movie theater etiquette, fully accepted this would be out the window here. We're going to be like, we are walking into completely different territory. This is a concert film of the most popular fucking pop artist in the fucking world. Like, none of that etiquette applies here.
No.
So teens on their feet all over this theater. Can't see them. Like, effectively, if you're looking at the screen, they are beneath it. They are deep beneath it.
Yeah.
Full volume singing. Had no idea what was the mix of the audience singing along and what was in my theater. No fucking idea.
God.
So, like, obviously,
IMAX.
If you're seeing, like, Oppenheimer on IMAX, I guess I can't say that that'll drown people out. But, man. Unbelievable.
Parts of it will. Shit. I remember seeing Dark Knight Rises on IMAX, and that was like, I need to go right to the doctor afterward and get my hearing checked.
Right.
You know, that Hans Zimmer score in that movie is like a thundering, pounding. Yeah.
But yeah, and then as far as the movie itself, I had a great time. Like I said, I'm a fan of one Taylor Swift. As a concert film, quote unquote, it's shot like the Super Bowl. You know, it's just it's not like a fucking Marty Scorsese concert film where you're seeing a band through his eyes and like why he's excited about it and why it's worth documenting. It's just like, yep, this is the show. Which, let's be real, is what everybody wanted. Nobody wants my, like, let me see it through your eyes, director of various pop concert films. Let me see what excites you about Taylor Swift.
You know, for the record, just because I know she's listening, I do want to say I'm also a fan of Taylor Swift. That last album was fucking fire.
Fucking phenomenal.
So good.
What's your favorite era, Zach?
I mean, I was going to say I'm definitely more into the more recent stuff because for the first 10, 15 years of her career, it was like this. You were like team Taylor Swift or team Katy Perry. And I was full on Katy Perry's team. That music that she was making at the time was way more my speed than most of the Taylor Swift stuff. But then suddenly one day, like Kaiser Soze, Katy Perry was gone.
Yeah.
And then Taylor Swift just got better, in my opinion. And so now I'm full on Team Taylor because there's no other team.
There's no other team.
She's killing it. She's killing it.
I hopped on around 1989. That when that album came out, it's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I was gonna say that was the first time where I was like, oh, okay, I see. Yeah. I get it.
I think that's what a lot of white boys did. Of like, oh, were we dumb?
Right. Yeah.
We maybe outstick the L on this one. Because of course I have the like Taylor Swift is annoying and for girls, so that makes it bad.
Right. There might be some maturing also that was happening.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Right.
I do wonder, and I don't know much about her personality or her personal life. I do wonder what this amount of stardom and success possibly can do to a person.
I also exist under she's a crazy person because you have to be. You have
right, yeah, exactly. Right? I was going to say I don't have evidence, but I just assume she's out of her mind to be. I don't think you can withstand this kind of onslaught.
Who the fuck could be like? I want to make a 3-hour musical, one-woman musical about my career, about my little thoughts, about my little shower thoughts and my boyfriends and like general thoughts on like, and we all went, yeah, I'll pay $20 for that. Yeah. All
yes. Right. The movie made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Just we all went, yeah, we do want to see that. Please. Thank you. That's insane. That's insane. You have to be. It's also like I think truly deep down she believes the Taylor Swift lore. Fans of anything can be a little nuts. But like the way she caters to them, it was one music video has like koi swimming in the background, koi fish. And the fans figured out that like National Koi Fish Day is this date. She must be releasing an album on that date. She did, Zach. She did.
But she did because they said that, or they just figured
Unclear.
it out?
Unclear. Like I said, she's a crazy person because she has to be. That's not a value statement on Taylor Swift. I don't think anyone's brain can survive that.
No,
she's also been mega famous since she was like 16.
Exactly.
Her worldview is broken. Like,
it's for sure. But we need. But I want my international celebrities to be like that.
If she's just like, yeah, no. If I think that's a fantastic point. It would be disappointing if she was like, yeah, no, I go home and I would like watch Netflix. It's fine.
It's like when George Bush was president, everyone was like, it's really good to have like just an ordinary dude as president. And I was like, no, it's not. What do you mean? No, we don't want that.
Nobody want that.
I don't want some idiot I wouldn't talk to at a bar to be
Being a little crazy is what makes you a legend, you know?
For sure, yes.
You have to be crazy enough to be like, yeah, 3 hours, just me. I mean, some backup dancers, of course, and some very elaborate sets, but like 3 hours, and I'm just going to sing my little songs. That's nuts. It also is a wild athletic feat. Let's be clear here.
Oh, yeah.
That is. I don't mean,
honestly,
I could never. Could never.
Her day must be like wake up, exercise, write songs, exercise, practice, exercise, practice more.
I assume it's the kind of thing where she doesn't feel alive if she's not like outputting a certain amount. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like,
for
that
sure.
Level of broken, needs it in a dark, unhealthy way.
I mean, but if you're going to be broken in a way that is productive.
Yeah, right? I'm just saying, I wish I could be that broken.
Yeah, shit. All we do is watch Smallville and record podcasts.
One day we'll get the 3-hour stadium show, Zach. One day. And we'll just talk about Smallville. Zach, this week, with that, we watched Hypnotic. It's the 16th episode in the 5th season of Smallville. I just burped directly into the microphone. 16th episode in the 5th season of Smallville. It is the 104th episode overall. It aired on March 30th, 2006. Just coughing. Just having a good
Taylor
time
Swift
over here.
has never burped or coughed into a microphone in her entire career.
True.
I'm telling you right now.
I bet that's true. I fully believe you because she's a fucking professional and I'm a goblin in my little office screaming while my wife tries to sleep.
Yeah, your wife and newborn baby.
My wife and 8-month-old baby are trying to fall asleep and I'm just like, so what do you think about Pete? Two Sam Adams deep screaming about Pete.
That's what makes us the best at this, Brian. That's what makes us the best.
That's it. Because you want it a little crazy. You want it a little goblin-y.
Yeah. You want your Smallville podcasters to really be pathetic.
You don't want... Here's the thing about Talkville. They think they're a little too good for this.
Right.
Not us, baby.
Exactly.
Not us, baby.
Exactly. You know what?
They're
right.
Wrong, baby.
They're right. They are millionaire TV and sometimes movie stars. They are too cool for it. We're not. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, I'm not too cool.
Not. No.
I'm 37. No. I'm talking about Smallville. I'm not too cool for this.
Nope. Our ambitions are just, I get to hang out with my bud.
That's right.
Every now and again, you get hey, how's that podcast yours going?
By the way, Taylor, I know you're listening. 37, single, 6'5". I know you like the tall guys. You've said it. You've had many lyrics about it in your songs.
There you go.
I'm 6'5". Okay. Great.
There you go. You just have to compete with Travis Kelce right now.
I eat pretty. Oh fuck yeah, that guy's big.
You got to fight Travis Kelce.
No, yeah, never mind. I withdraw. I forgot you were seeing someone. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get in between anything.
That's all right. Just, put it in there. Put it in there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Taylor Swift's dating life before we get into Smallville. At any point, this is to Travis Kelce, who I know is listening. At any point, Taylor Swift, and really to any relationship Taylor Swift has been in, at any point, Taylor Swift could write a number one hit song about how you fuck good, and she chooses not to.
She doesn't write about until the breakup, and then she writes a breakup song, right?
I'm just saying I'm just saying she has the ability. I know she doesn't, but she has the ability to. Number one immediately. It doesn't have to be any good. She could just go la la la. Travis fucks good. Number one. No fucking question. Every radio station will play it all the fucking time. That's just the way of the beast, right? Chooses not to. Do with that info what you will.
Yeah, that's a great point. This is our Smallville / Taylor Swift podcast. I bet
in Honduras.
If this became a Taylor Swift podcast, our numbers would skyrocket.
You're probably right. Nothing anybody wants more than two white dudes who like Taylor Swift.
That's the angle. That's the twist.
Yeah, it's like, welcome to our Taylor Swift podcast. We're like, yeah. We like a good song.
What if we really did make this a Smallville / Taylor Swift podcast and advertise it that way? It would be such a bizarre thing that people would have to tune in, right?
Would have to tune in.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck are they talking about?
Sometimes they talk about Taylor Swift. Sometimes they talk about Smallville. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Is it like just a random episode about like we recap 1989? Or we just talk about Taylor Swift news every once in a while. Like, oh yeah. Also, sometimes we just do a Taylor Swift episode. Don't ask. It's a half Taylor Swift podcast.
Taylor Swift update at the beginning of our Smallville podcast.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It makes sense.
Let's workshop this. Let's investigate.
Yeah. We'll talk about Smallville for now, but we'll be thinking about Taylor Swift the entire time. We got a blank space, baby. We'll write your name. Hey, in Honduras, men in hazardous material. I'm, of course, reading directly from the Smallville wiki, smallville.fandom.com. For the last time, in Honduras, men in hazardous material suits enter a hut full of bloody bodies. They begin to collect blood samples when Milton Fine enters, the return of Mr. James Marsters. He's wearing no protective equipment. He kills the men and takes the blood sample before he sets the hut on fire with heat vision. Fun to see James Marsters again. I still think Brainiac has been largely underutilized in the show. I think there's more fun potential here, but it's good to see him again.
Yeah, and also a good performance by Vancouver as Honduras.
Yes, wow, good job. Is Vancouver going to be MVP this season?
I mean, oftentimes Vancouver doubles for places and doesn't look at all like them, but they did pretty good job with the Honduras.
Pretty good. Yeah. Just on the beach near Stanley Park, not too shabby.
Right. Just blur out what kind of trees they are, get a few area appropriate trees and just decorate the nearby set with them. Don't show the tops of the trees in the background. Yeah,
I bet for a set decorator and set designer, that's a fun job of like
totally.
we got Vancouver.
Right.
I'm sure it also leans towards Honduras. You sure you meant to write Honduras? In Smallville, Clark and Lana are at the Talon chatting about their last date. A disastrous dance lesson.
Lana, but they're having fun with it. They're having
really fun with it. Maybe we're on an upswing. Yep. Honestly, you know how this is dark, but you know how someone who is considering suicide, they seem fine now. That usually just means they've decided it's over, and the warning sign isn't over. I've also noticed relationships do that. I really mean that.
We have nothing left to argue about.
The passion is truly gone, so we'll just exist here. We're riding out a lease, Oh, not speaking from experience.
I do want to say this episode, we talked about it last week, is a month and a half after the last one, and it shows. Everyone, the writing, the directing, the acting seems rejuvenated. The actors look like they've gotten sleep. They look well.
Sure. Sure.
rested for the first time in a long
Or just
time.
well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's been a month and a half because, like, last time we left, Clark and Lana were not in a good space, and Lana was not happy about it. And then in this scene, they're having a great time. She's like, "Let's go bone," and Clark's like, and Lana's like, "You know what? That's fine. I'll wait as long as I need to. Love you. Everything's great."
Your dad died. Lana suggests they try something else next time and pointedly informs him that she will have the dorm all to herself. Clark squirms, and I've never not just like, I'll be right there. I had the most
surprised he didn't just shoot his super wad right then.
I literally, and it's a cliche for a reason. In high school, I remember just getting the most distinct, like, "Hey, do you want to come over tonight?" And I'm like, I didn't want to do that. I didn't like this girlfriend that much. My parents aren't home. I will be right there. Because high school is
hormones.
Yep. Okay. Clark squirms and mumbles that he'll have to work on the farm at night. Clark, what are these night farm? Farm is a daytime profession.
Clark, a blowjob does not take that long, right?
Don't take that long, and you run real fast, buddy.
Not when you're in high school, at least.
Or sometimes still now, Yeah. She tells him that whenever he's ready for intimacy, she'll be waiting, ready to jump him. All right. As Lana exits, a woman wearing a large blue gemstone amulet on a necklace approaches Clark and introduces herself as Simone.
I'm sorry. It's fucking bananas. They've been going out since the school year started? No, the summer, or when the meteors.
So basically last season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was the beginning of this season.
Got it.
They boned.
They're holding hands at the beginning of this season, Zach.
Yeah, they boned in the summertime.
Right.
Multiple times.
Right.
And then Clark got his powers back. So they have been dating for 6-7 months, and they're not doing it. And they're not talking. They're not really talking about why.
That's the extra like crazy element. Are they even like smooching down? What is going on?
I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous.
No. Okay. You can't even like lie still while she takes care of they're young. They don't know you can just do that. Listen. At some point, you start to get old. You start to get married. You're like, I don't know. You just like take care. We'll just take care of it. You take care of you. I'll take care of me. Well, then boom, we did it. Look at us. Thumbs up. That's getting old, kids. That's getting old. Sometimes you just gotta take care of it because it's a Wednesday.
Because you want to sleep.
Yeah, that's it.
You want to sleep.
That's it. Boom. You banging out. You high five. You go to bed because it's Wednesday.
That's love. That's love,
man. Okay, so as we meet Simone. As Clark is about to leave, Simone gestures to her amulet, and he is immediately put into a trance when he looks at it. Simone tells Clark that he is not going anywhere until she tells him to, which Clark immediately agrees to. She states that starting now, Clark will believe anything she tells him and do anything she says. Clark agrees and asks what she has in mind. They go out into the alley and start making out passionately. Lois shows up and asks him what he's doing. Clark introduces Simone as his new girlfriend. Someone said, we need a horny episode now. I don't know if that was CW. I don't know if that was producers or if that was the writer's room, but whoever did, they were right.
They were 100%. Not only do we need a horny episode, we need a fun episode. I know it has a dark ending, but we need a silly Smallville episode.
I'd even put the dark ending still in like the fun zone of like moving the pieces of... Actually, moving the pieces on Clark and Lana counts as fun to me.
I mean, I think they came back from that break and they're like, all right, we need to break these fucking people up. We need to start moving Lana into Lex's arms. Let's move it forward.
Which,
yes. Oh, ew. We get a great needle drop of a just vintage piece
what
of
is
music.
it again? What is it again? I'm sure I
I'll
remember.
keep you my dirty little
right,
secret.
of course. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. That's it, right? That's the one in the episode?
That's it.
Is that Simple Plan? Or is that All American Rejects?
That was All American Rejects.
All American Rejects. Yeah, that's right.
Great song. I was on a train once, and one of my greatest fear is like what I'm listening to bleeding out when I'm in public of my headphones, because what I listen to is always embarrassing. What are my guilty pleasures? I don't know. I feel guilty about everything I enjoy. But I remember, so this is why I'm embarrassed, because this one woman, I just heard her listening to Dirty Little Secret over and over and over. And I watched her pull out her phone and like, she would like scrub it back to like a chorus. Granted, maybe she was trying to learn the song for something, but I could hear it. And I know I have a secret, and it's that I know your secret. That you've only listened to Dirty Little Secret by All American Rejects on this show, because I can hear it. Because your secret's not a secret, but it's a secret that I know it.
That is embarrassing, but that's something we all do where we have a song stuck in our heads and we listen to it over and over. But that's embarrassing when someone else hears you, because you feel like
no one can know.
No, it's an obsession. It's unhealthy.
I would let you look at my browser history before I let you look at my Spotify, like most played. Humiliating. God, I had one year, everyone was posting their Spotify, like, it puts out like a yearly, like, this is the stuff you listen to. I'm like, no. It was some like acoustic cover of a pop song, I think.
A lot of people put that information on their dating profile, their Spotify stuff.
Don't do that. No. Okay. So Clark has introduced Simone as his new girlfriend to Lois. Lex has summoned Lana to the Luther mansion. He tells her that he thinks Professor Fine's disappearance is connected to the simultaneous disappearance of the ship he was storing. She correctly guesses that Lex intends to go to Honduras to look for him. She wants to go, but Lex says he doesn't want to put her in danger. Why did you call her to the mansion, Lex? Lana, come to the mansion. All right, I gotta go. I'm going to Honduras later.
Did he call her there, or did she was stopping on her way out of town?
It says Lex has summoned Lana. The wiki's not always right on those little details.
You're right. I think he's like, I wanted to tell you this, but you can't come.
You can't come. You just gotta know.
It could be dangerous.
Surely in the
car. I care about you in an inappropriate way.
In an inappropriate way, but it's fine now. She's out of high school. She's a legal adult now. It's still fucking creepy. It may not be inappropriate. It's just creepy now. Now it's just creepy.
It's creepy.
It's legal.
It's creepy apart from that stuff. It's just creepy in that she has a boyfriend. He's her friend, and he's like, I care about you. I care about you so much.
I care about you.
You have no idea. I hope Clark appreciates you. That's things.
I'm so glad you're out of high school, Lana. I care about you. Gross. Okay, Clark takes Simone to the farm and gives her a piece of his mother's homemade pie. She says she needs champagne to go with it, and he super speeds away and returns with a bottle seconds later. I lost my place, I hit the space bar, and that apparently sends me tumbling down the page. Now, I don't know if that's a good function for the spacebar to have. Just whip me to a different part of the page.
Yeah, I want to go to a random spot on
Just
this screen.
Just somewhere else is fine, thanks. When Simone asks where he got it from, he tells her it came from Metropolis. When Simone asks how that is possible, Clark simply says he can run really fast. She tests him by asking him for some chocolate-covered strawberries. Clark once again uses his super speed to pick up some for her, disappearing and then reappearing in a blur. Simone is intrigued and suggests it's time to tell his girlfriend about their relationship. She orders him to call Lana and tells her to come over. Lois tells Chloe about what she saw, but Chloe is skeptical. She thinks something is up and asks Lois not to say anything until she finds out what's going on. What fucking rock Clark touched this time that makes him horny?
Oh no, it's horny kryptonite.
Oh, not the horny kryptonite.
I mean, Lana might want to get her hands on some of that.
We both just did like Groucho Marx, like.
It's a pity this isn't a visual
cigar.
medium. Yeah.
Yeah, that was gold. Chat, you missed chat. There's no chat. You missed gold, whoever you are. Fuck you.
Taylor Swift, you missed gold.
You missed it, Taylor Swift. Okay, Lana arrives in the middle of the conversation, and Lois and Chloe cover. Just then, Lana receives a call from Clark saying he needs to talk to her. She leaves in a hurry.
Here we go. This is the most unrealistic part of the episode. Lana was in Smallville.
Yep.
With Clark at the town.
Right.
She leaves. It's nighttime, by the way. She leaves, stops by Lex's, then drives the 3 hours to Metropolis. She gets there. Clark calls, says, I need to talk to you. It's important. She doesn't say, can you tell me what's going on? She just turns around and drives 3 hours back to Metropolis. I'm going to need more information, Clark. You can't just call and say, hey, can you swing back by?
Hey, just get in the car, swing on back by. On your way, doing circles from Smallville to Metropolis.
He could be like, no, I can't. It's an absolute emergency. But she needs to be at least push a little bit and be like, no, I'm tired. I just drove for 3 hours. What is going on?
It's so my parents live in Connecticut. A trip is like about 3 hours to get from where I live to where they live. And now, granted, I've also got a baby and a dog who is annoying. But like, if I got home to Brooklyn, got my whole family settled back in our home, and then my mom was like, "Oh, can you just like swing right back?" I don't care what it was. I'd be like, "No."
Right. She could be like, so and so's in the hospital. You'd be like, all right, well, I'll be back tomorrow.
Keep me updated
now.
Yeah, right.
Send me texts.
I literally can't think of a reason unless it's like I forgot my baby there.
Right. Even then.
In which case I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, right. In which case what's 12 hours?
Exactly. The baby's not going to know.
Yeah, right. So yeah, no reason.
It's insane.
If I left my phone there, I probably would. I would.
You left your baby. Can you just and your phone? Oh, I'll be right there.
I'll be right there. Don't look at it. Don't look at my Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, I don't care about the porn. No, the Spotify.
No. It's embarrassing. Simone takes Clark up to his loft and asks him what else he can do. He demonstrates his super strength by bending a metal bat, shaping it into an S for Simone. She comments how she always dreamed of meeting her knight in shining armor, and the two begin to kiss passionately. She orders him to remove his shirt, which he does. He then asks her to do the same. After she does, she orders him to take off the rest of his clothes. Thank you for this beat by beat of like how sex usually works.
I don't think Clark at any point says, hey, I might kill you when we do it.
I do think he does. There's I remember this. As he is removing his pants, he admits he is afraid he will injure her with his powers. But Simone declares that she is willing to take that chance. Yeah, I'm willing to get murdered by that dick right now. Whatever you gotta do with that dick.
Like, if Lana said that, he would be like, no, I still don't. But with her, he's like, yeah, all right, sure.
All right.
If you're willing.
She signed the waiver, Lana. She signed the waiver. I hadn't I haven't presented you the waiver, but, you know. Because I can't tell you about my powers. The two begin to once again kiss passionately, and Clark removes her pants. With both of them now in their underwear, she tells Clark to make love to her. That was a weird line. That's always a weird line.
Make love? Yeah.
I've never said that. Who says that?
No, I don't think. Maybe it was an early 2000s thing. I don't know.
I don't know. He carries her over the couch. He climbs on top of her, and the two begin kissing. Lana arrives and is shocked at what she sees. As she runs out, Clark looks concerned before Simone tells him he doesn't care about her anymore and commands him to break up with her. I mean, that's done. But do the gentlemanly thing now, Clark. Lana leaves in tears, and Clark, after putting his pants back on, follows her. Thank you for qualifying that, Wiki. He says he's fallen in love with someone else, and Lana is heartbroken. That's where we get a classic Lana line of like, "This is why you didn't want to be together tonight."
Make love, be together. Come on.
Fuck down. Fuck down. On CW, 8 o'clock. Say fuck down.
This is why you didn't want to bone me. This is why you didn't want to smack cheeks. Just like getting like weird. This is why you didn't want to do the nasty.
I'm trying to come up with one, but I keep laughing at yours. This is why you didn't want to create the 8-legged monster. Later, Simone arrives at... Hang on. Funny phrases for sex. 130 plus hilarious euphemisms for sex you didn't know you needed. Scrolling. Please stop giving me this ad. You've got a 15% off your first per X. Here's the X. Fox, let me read the website. Make the beast with two backs. Give a girl a green gown. Shaking of the sheets. A Morris Congress. Shoot twixt winds and water.
This is why you didn't want to knock boots with me. This is why you didn't want to flop in the hay with me.
Zach, I'm going to read 10 of them. I'm going to read 10 rapid fire, and I want you to choose one to perform. Guess what? Okay. They're all crazy. Have your corn ground. Horizontal refreshment. Make whoopee. Take a roll in the hay. Do the deed of darkness. Throw a trout in a peculiar river. Give one's arse a salad.
This is why you didn't want to do the deed of darkness with me.
Beautiful, amazing.
I like this one. Funny business. Like it's like that was in the 1920s.
This is why you didn't want to do funny business with me.
Yeah, that's why you didn't want to do funny business with me, eh?
Oh man.
What is chimney?
What is
chimney? Is one of them. Chimney. Is that like? Do you want to make chimney? Do you want to have chimney?
I think the dick is the chimney.
What is a bit of how's your father?
Oh, wow. This is why you didn't want to do a bit of how's your father with me. My father's dead, Lana. My father's dead. Under this list of the weird and the wonderful, I've got bumping uglies, matrimonial polka, horizontal tango, conquer the pink fortress. Yuck! 2-person
This is why
push-ups.
you didn't want to conquer my pink fortress.
Gross. No, everyone's gone now. This just gonna be cratering. Zach, listen to this. Assault with a friendly weapon. Ready for this one? A bit of the old in and out.
That's
This
like
is why you didn't
Clockwork
wanna do
Orange. A bit
is why
of
you
the
didn't-
old in, out. Yeah.
That's why you didn't want to do a bit of the old in and out.
Oh my gosh.
Bushwhacking, Chesterfield rugby, bow chicka wow wow, dipping the wick, disappointing the wife.
That's great. This is why you didn't want to bow chicka wow wow with me.
All right, one more run, just 'cause I'm having fun here. Exploring the Hidden Valley, hitting a home run, cleaning the cobwebs in the womb room, riding the Pony Express.
We are children.
I don't think we're getting better than that.
We're children.
Later, Simone arrives at Lex's manor, but Lex is not there. He is on a plane to Honduras, and they communicate via closed-circuit television. Simone appears to be working for Lex, as he is aware of the mind control abilities and how to avoid them, communicating with her only through video. She reports that Clark and Lana have broken up. That's fucked up, Lex. He asks if she noticed anything unusual about Clark.
Full-on piece of shit territory now.
Yeah. He asks if she noticed anything unusual about Clark, but she lies and says that Clark is just as he seems, an average farm boy. The fact that they need to keep specifying is like, nope, he's normal, no crazy powers. That'd be nuts, Lex.
And they always say, he's just a farm boy.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, this is so fucking long. She says she's done what Lex asked her to do and asks Lex to leave her alone. Lex is frustrated with her lack of news and says he wants her to meet Milton Fine in Honduras. She objects, but Lex blackmails her by reminding her that he has evidence that can put her in prison. He then ends the video call, leaving Simone angry and frustrated. Lex is later warned that Fine isn't who they think he is. Let's see. Chloe confronts Clark about his odd behavior as he is in the barn doing chores. She can't figure out why he would intentionally hurt Lana. Clark says he's fallen in love and says he told Simone about his powers. Chloe is alarmed and warns him to stay away from Simone because she is sure he is being manipulated. Chloe sneaks into the house where Simone appears. She acts like she is glad that Clark and Simone are together, and when Simone turns her back, Chloe takes a card from Simone's purse. Nothing really to say. Anything to add?
Did the wiki skip over the Lois scene?
Let's see. I think they're going into very extreme detail here. No, we got 2 paragraphs before we get to that.
Okay.
So Lex arrives in Honduras and meets Fine. Fine claims he's been leaving clues for Lex to follow. Lex reveals he knows that Fine is a government operative working to convert a branch of the State Department. He asks why he was pretending to be a college professor, and Fine says he was investigating an extraterrestrial presence in Smallville. He says he knows about the ship that during the meteor shower, and he believes Luthor Corp took it. Lex thinks Fine knows the ship is in Honduras. Fine talks to the villagers to confirm they have seen a ship. He tells him that the main witness was incinerated and that he and Luthor Corp need to work together to prevent a catastrophe from a possible event. None of this is true.
Right. Lex is like, I know your secret, and then Fine is like ready to kill him.
Right.
But then Lex is like, you're a secret agent. And Fine's like, oh, okay, he still doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So I'll let him live.
Great.
Yeah.
That could have been what was in the wiki instead of that. Little verbose there, wiki. We like it a little.
We can't be reading long paragraphs. We got to spend our time reading euphemisms for sex.
Right. And stop complaining about something else somebody else wrote and write your own summaries. No, I won't do that. I just offloaded Finding Clay right before we started recording. I'm like, I don't know. You want to just pick a couple clips before we start recording? I just offloaded any prep work I have to do before Zach and I meet up.
Well, we picked out some good ones together.
We did. Okay. Lois meets Chloe at the Daily Planet. Chloe tells her that she's been investigating Simone's background and learned that her father was a doctor and a hypnotist, but was killed during a botched robbery. The man's photograph shows him wearing Simone's amulet. They believe Simone killed her father for the amulet, but don't understand why she is after Clark. Okay. Lois and Chloe agree to meet at the farm. After Lois exits, Chloe takes a meteor rock out of her desk drawer before she goes. Lois arrives at the farm to see Clark packing. Is that about clip time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, great. Let's go to the clip, baby. Clark's coming down the stairs. Here's Lois.
Where are you off to, Romeo? A motel with vibrating beds?
What's the fun of a vibrating bed, exactly?
Yeah, I don't see the appeal.
Bad. Sounds bad. Sounds like a bad place to dig up the sand crab.
Although to clear the cobwebs. I guess the vibration is probably not for you and me, though, right?
I see. Okay.
California. That way I can get away from your running commentary.
Whoa, my running commentary says you're hypnotized. Now, Clark, you need to drop your suitcase because you're not going anywhere.
I'm asking you nicely. Step aside.
Look, I didn't want to have to do this, but if necessary, I'm going to have to take you down.
Every time Clark gets to play not Clark, he knocks it out of the park, full home run.
Yes, Tom Welling. When he gets to have fun, it's great. Also,
let him have fun.
When he gets to have fun with Erica Durance, it's even better.
100%. Okay, so we see
fun chemistry together.
Wonderful. We see Simone walk in from the doorway over Lois's shoulder.
See, we have a visitor.
I suggest you turn your boy toy back to normal before I reach over and rip out those pearly white teeth of yours.
Clark, be 11, knock her out.
Yeah, right.
It's very good. Is that has to be a concussion?
Clark, that's 100% a concussion.
Clark just flicks his finger on the side of her head. And Clovis goes down. It's very fun.
I think he's done that one other time in the show where he'd maybe Lex or
I don't
something.
think I've seen that before.
He just did a tap and knocked him out.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Not as funny as calling sex, harpooning the salty longshoreman, but
is this why you didn't want to harpoon the salty longshoreman with me?
Zach, we're gonna have to pick one of these for the episode title.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Okay. So Clark just knocked Lois out. Martha walks in.
Oh my God, what happened?
He could have caught her.
Mrs. Karen?
She's still going to hit her head on the ground.
Yeah,
too.
right.
Do whatever it takes to stop her from following us.
Simone hypnotizes Martha.
Where are you off to?
We're leaving Smallville. Forever.
And you couldn't be more thrilled. You won't miss Clark one bit.
Well, then you two have a wonderful time.
Better go.
Okay, bye. Oh, and we have to make one quick pit stop at the Luther Mansion. I need you to do me a favor.
Whatever you need.
Clark, you're gonna kill Lex Luthor.
He's a dead man.
It's so good. It's so good. I don't know if it plays over audio, but what's fun is they cut. So you're going to kill Lex Luthor. They cut to Tom Welling's face with the dun dun, and he's got a bit of a serious face on. The Clark, we can't do that. Then he switches over to just that goofy smile. He's a dead man. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's
no problem,
so
babe. No problem, babe. Oh. Rating
kill
MVP.
Lex Luthor. Killing Lex Luthor? That's as easy as jamming the clam, baby. Okay, so Lois wakes up to see Martha pointing a shotgun at her, saying she has to keep her there. Chloe arrives and knocks Martha out. Concussion.
Yep.
Lois remembers that they were going to stop at the Luthor mansion. But Chloe leaves without... How would Lois know that?
Wait, one more time?
Okay, so Lois remembers that they were going to stop by the Luthor mansion. She already got flicked in the temple.
Ooh, that's
Or
true.
Simone was like, I mean, I guess she was maybe coming in and out. It wasn't like a full cold sleep, you know? But like, little dicey.
Mm-hmm. It is fun when she wakes up and Martha's got a shotgun on her. And is like,
super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. Okay. Chloe leaves without her. When Clark and Simone arrive at the mansion, Clark beats Lex up while Lex tries to explain that Simone has been controlling him. Lex reveals that he has video evidence that Simone killed her father, but Simone still has control of Clark and commands him not to believe Lex. Chloe arrives while Clark is choking the life out of Lex. She sneaks the meteor rock into Clark's pocket and he crumples onto the floor, incapacitated. Lex grabs a gun.
Hold on, you're missing the best part. When Clark comes in, he tosses Lex across the room. And Lex is like, Clark, you're clearly being hypnotized. How else could you explain it? How you threw me across the room? Lex wouldn't be like, hey, how did you throw me across the room?
Right. It must have been the hypnotism. You know, like that's what the high school, or the hypnotist who comes to like your high school graduation party. He makes you throw people across the room. Have you ever been hypnotized?
Nope. Have you?
No, not significantly. I did one of said stage hypnotists did a couple things to like the audience, and I follow along with those, and all of those happen to me. Explains like put your fingers apart, and then as I say so, pretend like they're magnets, and like sure enough, son of a bitch.
Really?
Yeah. I've also done a couple like you can just find them for free on Spotify or as podcasts, like sleep hypnotism or like relax hypnotisms, and yeah, son of a bitch. Not all they don't always like work all the time, but sometimes if I really like.
But you didn't throw someone across the room?
Not yet. I haven't found that one on Spotify, Zach.
And if you did, you'd be too embarrassed to show it to me.
That's it. I do wonder how much of like, and I do think this is largely the case, how much of hypnotism, which is only, there's nothing magic about it, it's just literally the power of suggestion, right? How much of like a stage hypnotism show is just kind of permission to like fuck around, you know, and goof it up and be a ham? I think there's a little bit of, I'm sure there's something happening, don't get me wrong, but it's too much of a thing for enough people to be like, yeah, nothing was happening there. But you just get to be the center of attention, like ham it up and be a fucking dog or whatever. Yeah. I'm sure that's part of it. Part of it. Okay. Okay. So Chloe struggles to get the gun away. Blah, 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 blah. Choking the life out of Lex. Lex grabs a gun, but Simone commands him to shoot Chloe and then himself. Dark. Fucked up. Chloe struggles to get the gun away, but in the fight, the gun goes off and hits Simone directly through the amulet and into her chest. Chloe removes the kryptonite, and Clark and Lex are restored to normal. Clark, you were hypnotized, and you had super mega strength. Clark meets Chloe at the planet, and Chloe thinks Clark and Lana will easily make up when he explains what happened. Clark admits that he and Lana needed to break up because he feels like he only causes her pain. Later at the barn, Lana arrives and she says that Clark was not in control, and she knows Clark was not in control of his actions. The way she says this, It's daggers. But then it's like, it's also with the tone of like, yeah, that happens around. Yeah, you were being hypnotized into doing some sex stuff. Like, you've technically been date raped, actually. If we're going to get down to it, you've been date raped.
I mean, don't we have that line in the clip that we have?
Perhaps we do. Oh, you're right. We do have a clip. Let's go to that instead.
Climbed these stairs so many times before. Why did they seem steeper than ever?
Thanks for coming by. I didn't want to bother you at school.
Clark, you can spare me the speech about how sorry you are. I know you were hypnotized, and I know that you weren't in control of your actions.
That's definitely the words of someone who's like, okay with this. And I'm cool with everything. Continuing.
I need to be honest with you.
That would be refreshing.
Love that.
Great.
I don't know any other way to say it. But the truth is, my feelings for you have changed.
Clark, I want you to look me in the eye and tell me that you don't love me.
I don't love you.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is. They're both doing great work. But I do want to say, Clark, you don't have to actually do that. You could be like, I love you, but not in that way. Like,
right.
You don't
I
have
mean,
to be,
I think it's a little.
I don't love you.
It's a little Harry and the Henderson. Like, get out of here. Can't you see we don't want you anymore? Go on. It's for her own good, Zach. It's for her own good. It'll hurt now, but get out of here.
Yeah, you're shooing her right into Lex's fucking arms.
Continuing. Kristen Cook's very good at hurt. Very good wounded Bambi eyes. I'm sure she's good at other stuff. She just didn't get really much of an opportunity to do much of it on the show. But she's nailed the wounded Bambi eyes.
Yeah. Yep.
I have waited for you to grow up, to get over whatever hang-ups you may have.
I never meant to hurt you.
I don't want another Clark Kent apology. It's over.
You can't break up with me.
Forever.
I broke up with you.
Right. You ever find yourself in a situation where, like, you've kind of ended it, and then they do literally that thing, and you kind of just gotta let them have it. Like, you're
Sure.
the asshole, and you gotta just let them. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's fine as long as I get to go. Is that
Right. Now, my God. My God. We end on sad Tom Welling. Okay. Clark talks to Martha about the breakup, and she suggests that maybe deep down he doesn't think that Lana is the one.
They really missed an opportunity for a Nietzsche moment. Just have Lois.
Yeah,
in
right.
there. How you guys doing?
We love it. We love it. She points out that Clark didn't just break Lana's heart. He gave her a reason to hate him. Lana goes to tell Lex about the breakup, and Lex is clearly intrigued by the news. Lana admits she was tired of Clark's secrets. In Honduras, Fine, as Brainiac, duplicates himself and surrounds the ship. He announces they need more samples, and the duplicates disappear into the jungle. And that's the episode. I think this is a straight down the middle, not that special, but like it was a refreshing, fun one.
What a relief, yes. What a relief. It's been kind of, we've been in the dregs a little bit the last few, since Johnny K passed.
Right.
We're finally allowed to have a little bit of fun again.
Right. Thank God.
I mean, pretty soon we get that Saw episode. I'm just chomping
Love
at the bit for
stuff.
that thing.
We got to get Emily on that one. So excited for that. Okay, so feature music, we already talked about it. We got Dirty Little Secret by the All American Rejects and Almost Honest by Josh Kelly. Just doing a quick scroll of the wiki here for any fun facts. No Lionel Luthor this episode. I think the curse is officially broken. You can make a good episode without Lionel.
Yep.
Okay, this episode's original airing contained a dedication to Dana Reeve, who passed away March 6, 2006, along with a URL for the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. This episode had 2 deleted scenes on the season 5 DVD set. In the first, Simone persuades a police officer that she wasn't speeding. In the second, I was probably introducing Simone earlier in the episode to like introduce the powers. And then in the second, Lois berates Clark for cheating on Lana, but Clark calmly explains that he has fallen in love. That's kind of a redundant beat and certainly was worth cutting. Okay, it is previously mentioned on Delete that no hypnosis, no matter how strong, can override survival instinct. It is unknown if Simone's amulet also works that way, as Lex doesn't have a chance to try shooting himself. Interesting. And, well, that seems to be it. This was Allison Mack and Annette O'Toole's 100th appearances as Chloe Sullivan and Martha Kent, respectively. I guess that's about it. Good episode.
Yeah.
Good episode. Yeah. I'm just desperately scanning for anything interesting. Nope, just down the middle, nothing crazy. Thank you for listening to the Talon Mix, everybody. We'll be back next week with our Halloween episode. The routinely...
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
The routinely least listened to episode of this podcast, which makes me all the prouder of it, you know? Like,
I will say, this one might be one you want to tune into. Okay,
I think so. So we're watching Urban Legend. Urban Legend. Yeah, I keep saying Urban Legends. It's Urban Legend.
That's the sequel is Urban Legends with a subtitle.
Got it. We're watching Urban Legend. It's stars is a strong word. Heavily features Michael Rosenbaum, which is why we of course watch every year we watch a horror movie starring a cast member of Smallville. It's Michael Rosenbaum's year. Urban Legend. It is a 90s slasher, certainly trying to cash in on Scream's popularity, kind of in like the meta. It's not bad. It's not a bad.
Right. I would say this episode might be enjoyable to listen to because this is the first one that Brian and I did not fucking hate watching.
It's not just going to be us going, ugh.
Exactly. Yes. Also, it does feature a lot of WB mainstays in it.
Yes.
It is very of the era.
Very
fun to talk about. Yeah.
I think, yes, next week is going to be a lot of fun. If you want to watch the movie, it is currently available, at least in the United States. I can't speak for anywhere else. It is available on Tubi, which is free. It has ads on it, but I think Zach and I will both agree they're not oppressive.
No, we don't get sponsored by Tubi, but we should because we love it and we talk about it all the time. Tubi, go Tubi.
Go Tubi. So check it out. Watch Urban Legends and join us next week for the spooky, the Halloween spooktacular. Zach, I forgot the important stuff. Hey, we got a link. We got a link in the description. It leads to our Patreon if you're so inclined. We got some bonus stuff coming up there if you want to give us your hard-earned money bucks. That said, the other way to support the show is equally important, and that's just saying something nice about it on the internet. Maybe post on one of your socials that you enjoy the show. No one's talking about us on Reddit. Every now and again, I give a little look on like one of the Smallville subreddits. Like, has anyone mentioned our show? Has anyone? Oh, here's a big thread of Smallville podcasts. Does ours come up? Maybe. If you were a Smallville fan, don't sneak in there. But if you were a Smallville fan and talk to other Smallville fans, maybe
I mean, I think
It's
you
really,
should
really
just do
nice.
it. Have you fellow fans heard of this podcast?
I know you've all
How
heard
long
of it. I should do that. I'm not going to, but I should. So thank you. Thank you. Link once again in the description. Zach, do you have a question for the Smallville gods?
Yeah, Smallville gods, I want to know. This is why you didn't want to pass the gravy with me, isn't it?
Good night, everybody. I'm going to read this whole list of G-rated terms now. This is for the after. The after. Someone's hanging on. Like, why is there still a couple of seconds left on this? I'm going to read this now. These are according to Liv Sozy, soft plus livsozy.com. Sozy apparently means soft and cozy. Here's G-rated terms for sex: testing the mattress, making faces, doing the monster mash, the no pants dance. The no pants dance, a trip to Pound Town. I don't know if that's G-rated.
Yeah. You wouldn't hear that in The Lion King.
No, that's PG-13. Checking the oil, sweeping the chimney. I thought the dick was the chimney, but in this it seems like the vaginal canal is the chimney.
Yeah.
Rumpy pumpy. I don't like that. This is what you didn't want to rumpy pumpy with me. Adult nap time, carnal embrace, dancing in the sheets, driving Miss Daisy, entering the castle, give the dog a bone, hiding the bishop is the dick, know someone in the biblical sense, mashing the fat, pumping fur, whitewashing the... Pumping fur is PG-13, that's for damn sure. Whitewashing the picket fence, whitewashing is cum. Tunnel patrol, the tube snake boogie, making a hole in the welcome mat. I hate that one. I can't describe why that one's really bugging me, but I don't like it. Whittling the love branch, sharpening the pencil, taking grandma to Applebee's. Home stretch here, waving the Weasley wand. And finally, Zach, seeing a man about a dog.
Hold on. Hold on. I have to read a couple of these food-related ones.
Yes, you do.
Doing squat thrusts in the cucumber patch. This is why you didn't want to do squat thrusts in the cucumber patch with me. Bringing an al dente noodle to the spaghetti house.
Ew.
Tossing a hot dog down a hallway. What the fuck?
That's not nice. That's a mean thing to say to somebody.
Sending out for sushi. Hold on, here's my favorite one. A bit of crumpet.
Oh,
I'm gonna have a bit of crumpet later.
This is why you just want to have a bit of crumpet.
Batter dipping the corn dog. Some of these are just like too graphic.
No.
Oh, a belly.
If anyone asked me to do one of these, I'd be like, no, I don't want to.
A belly full of marrow.
Oh. Ugh.
Oh, these are disgusting.
Disgusting.
A bit of crumpet.
Oh, I'm towards the bottom. There's putting sour cream in the burrito. Get out of here. That's disgusting. You're just
lazy. That's lazy.
Lazy.
Really lazy. Slither in the Hufflepuff. I got to slither in the Hufflepuff. You know what I'm saying?
Give me one more. Give me one more to end it on, and I'm just going to end the recording on one more.
Okay. Gross. No. Yeah, christening.
No, this.
Go ahead. You go.
Pick the one I'm going to name the episode. It can be one we've done so far if you want.
whoa.
Pick the one I'm naming the episode after.
We'll go with Harpooning the Salty Longshoreman.
Beautiful.